My question is that I'm not able to decide on what spiritual practice should I follow. So in a way, like the data that you give, according to that, I'm not a Hindu, I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Buddhist, and my canvas is also not clean because I have tried everything. And I can't settle on like something to which I can relate. And if I leave everything, like I thought that, okay, let me just leave. God will give me some path, and I can't leave that. I need something, but I'm not able to identify.
Okay, so I don't know you very well, and I don't know you well. You just here, and I hear what you say. So having said that, you must know which. You mentioned spiritual. So which spiritual path you are more how do you say? You feel more connected. You feel more connected right now. You know, out of so many things that you say that you went through. So whatever you feel that you're more connected. So the guru or master who teach that, you have to go to that guru and master. But make sure that master have lineage. So make sure that master have lineage. Doesn't matter how convincing the master sounds, how good talker their master is, doesn't matter. If there's no lineage, then there is a possibility of you getting everything wrong. So make sure that have a lineage, genuine lineage. That means that master have a master, and that master is following his or her master, and that master also followed his or her master, going back to the origin for thousands of years. Example with Buddhism for 2,500 over a year, from Buddha until now, the genuine lineage is continued. So you make sure that you follow, you make sure about that, then you follow that master. And then you practice according to the lineage of that particular path. You don't skip something because you feel uncomfortable with that, or you feel a little bit too much. You have to follow exactly, and then you will not get lost. Otherwise you will never find your path, because you will always find some excuse to say, oh, this is not for me, drop it, and then look for something else, and this is not for me. It's just like going to a department store, and you look, you find some clothes, you find some shoes, you find everything, and then next month you say, this is not the right one, I want to go back and get another one. So that's why people go and shop for clothes all the time, and why their wardrobes are full of different things. So it becomes like that, and then you are becoming more and more habitual about that, and so then you can never settle down with one path. So then when that happens, then so many doing and undoing will happen. So when that happens, then you think that you wasted your time, and these spiritual paths are useless. It doesn't bear any fruit. And I'm sick and tired of it, and all of this. At the same time, you really want to, so you will have the inner conflict, and that will drive you. You know what I mean. So insane. Yeah, better word will be insane. That will drive you wonderfully insane, divinely insane. So don't let that happen. Yes. So make sure. And then the lineage, about the lineage, and then follow it, and then stick to it. And then you get somewhere. Otherwise you get nowhere.
Can I ask one more question?
Yes.
Okay. To, like whatever I have tried, I keep on going back to Vipassana, and I do at least 1 hour of meditation every day,
Yes.
following Vipassana
Yeah.
as it was taught to me.
Okay.
The only element that I find missing, I don't know, because is it because of my conditioning, because I am Hindu by birth, that element of God I find missing in it. But still I continue with the practice because it works on me, and at least I'm getting free of whatever, like I'm making myself better.
Yeah.
So I
No,
practice that.
yes,
But
yes.
that is one element that I find missing. It could be because of my conditioning. That
Yeah, well, I think I understand what you're saying. I'm quite familiar with this subject. The Vipassana is a very basic practice for Buddhism, any form of Buddhism. But more emphasis on Vipassana is there in every practice. But Theravada Buddhism emphasize on Vipassana almost 100%. And so Vipassana means actually we use another word, shamatha first and Vipassana later. Vipassana is a result of shamatha. But having said that, the Vipassana that late Goenka-ji have introduced have both shamatha and Vipassana in it. So it is not just Vipassana, it is shamatha and Vipassana. Shamatha means making your mind calm and peaceful, and then Vipassana means you make your mind clear. If you're not calm, you cannot be clear. So that. And the element of God is missing. Maybe you're talking about the Creator God. Creator God is not in Buddhism. But the word God is G-O-D. And that is the equivalent of that in Tibetan is La. And it is translated into English as God. So we have many kind of God. We have God, the Devas. We have God, the Buddha. We have God, the deity. And so we don't worship the God, the Deva. They have a very good karma, they have lots of power, but they're still in samsara. So if we become Deva, then when karma is finished, then they will become whatever their previous karma will lead them to. And also depends on when they were Deva, they have helped lots of beings, that's good karma, but they have harmed lots of beings who offended them, that is bad karma. So they will face the consequences of that as their next fate, next birth. But Buddha also we use the word La. La Shakyatupa. Shakyatupa means Shakyamuni, the god, the Shakyamuni. Then also deity that the lady over there is talking about, we also say Yidam Chikurja Hatso, the assembly of God of the mandala. So that is a deity. Deity, the assembly of the God of the mandala. So that is the Buddha Sambhogakaya. So this word God has so many meanings. And so you cannot say the Buddhists don't believe in God. This is absolutely wrong. Buddha also used the word God. La Shakyatupa, Yidam Chinkurja Latso. You know, Latang Lama. La means deity, Lama means guru. Guru and deity one. Latang Lama Yirme. So that's how we do the Guru Yogas. So this. But the Creator, so we don't believe that there's somebody sitting somewhere and created all of us. I know very well who created my body, my father and my mother. And I know who created my happiness and suffering and my positive aspect and negative aspect. I know very well who created it. It is myself. I did good things, the good things I have. I did bad things, the bad things I have. So nobody is responsible. I am responsible. this way, the definition of creator is like I am my own cause and condition of my own happiness and suffering. We cannot blame that on anybody. And so this way. But then we believe in God also, because we worship so many gods. Tibetans worship more gods than I think. I think so. So many. Every mountain, every river, every tree, every little rock in the village is a god. So every house has their own god. So they worship them as a protector. And if they offend them, they get into big trouble. So they are powerful. So you worship them. So they help you if they are happy. If they are not happy, they also give you a good slap. Yeah. So that way we also have fear of this kind of God. We like them, we fear them as well. Yes. Okay? Yeah. But Buddha, we are never afraid. Because you offend Buddha, you will have bad karma. But Buddha will never do anything because you offended Buddha. Against you, no. Yes.
I would like to know, how do you share this knowledge or impart this knowledge and inculcate such habits in a child in today's time? When there is so much knowledge around, and when you're bringing up a child, say infant from 2-3 years, I understand there's a way that, how we lead a life at home is what he naturally understands. But when we talk about the mantras that we are doing, or there's a regime that we're following, like they would be form of Hinduism, because we're Hindu, and there's mantras that I do as well. So they do both because they learn some at school as well, But they have a lot of questions like, oh, what is God then? Why this God? Why in this form? Or, like a few weeks ago, my son said, no, actually, Mom, I don't think so, I believe in God. A 6-7-year-old telling you, how do you explain that to them?
If you know, then you can explain. If you don't know, you don't know how to explain. So first you have to know exactly, and then it shouldn't be just traditional belief, but you have to know. This is problem with Tibetans also, because Tibetans use prayer wheels, prayer beads and like that, and they feel very frustrated that their children don't understand this, and so all of this. Then the parents have a natural faith, but they don't know the clear. They can't explain the clear detail, intellectual explanation. So you have to learn the intellectual explanation, because of you grew up in this society. You know what is what, but then because it is not explained to you, you don't know how to explain. So you have to learn from your Mahatmas or Gurus, clear explanation. And so when you have clear explanation, then you can explain to your children, and then they will understand. So this problem is there in I think every society.
But at this stage, would it be good if I just focus and not let them get into this, just the word like spirituality or the religion, but just to be a better human being?
Well, if they are good human being, then that is good enough. They become good human being. They don't develop bad habits, and they don't have bad companion. They don't pick up bad interests in their life. That is good enough. That's good enough. And then later they be spiritual, fine. But after some time, they definitely will find a vacuum in them, an empty space in them. So that is the real essence. So that is what all the religion is all about. I don't know whether I call it religion or not, but the spirituality is all about. So that when they feel that they're missing something, then it has to be provided for them. But until that, if they are a good human being, that is very good step. Because there's so many people who don't even know that they have to be good. Yes.
Rinpoche, very often you have said that the Buddhahood or the enlightenment is so close that we miss seeing it.
Yes.
I think this has been a puzzle till now.
Yes.
So I would like to request that how does one really, it's almost like saying that one has gone far away
Yes.
instead of really coming nearer to the self. So I would request you to just elaborate it further,
Yes.
that what are the steps which really brings me
Yes.
closer to the self, so that what I have been missing, I don't really miss.
Yes. Okay. Actually, it is easier said than done, one way, and easier done than said the another way. So it is Buddha does not mean something out there that you have to reach and you have to get and you become. Buddha is your essence. When you look inside you, beyond your face, beyond your body, beyond your thoughts, then there is this essence which is undescribable, which is not something that can be measured with any limited example and by any limited means. It is limitless, deep inside. So you can't quite explain who you really are, but you are something that is quite awesome and limitless and primordial. So that is easy to notice. But then, how do you realize that? How do you realize that? Realize does not mean intellectually realize, but how do you become that? So that is countless lifetimes of misunderstanding this or misperception of this, which we constantly misperceive. I perceive myself as me. I identify myself as a, first of all, human being. Secondly, I'm an Asian. Thirdly, I'm a Tibetan. Then fourth, then I am from certain part of Tibet. Then last, I'm Tai Situ. Then beside that, I'm me, who's afraid of spider. And then all of these, all of these, one after another, it become an obstacle. And we can't force ourselves to break through all of these obstacles. And then it will have so much collateral damage. So we have to accept this limitation as a positive thing, that I am not lost. I don't know who I am. No, I know who I am. I'm supposed to be this. Then my ultimate is Buddha. So knowing this, then you should know that this identity that we all have, which are very important for us to not get lost, but which is only useful as a relative truth, not as the ultimate truth. Ultimate truth is the Buddhahood, and we are truly equal to Buddha ultimately, but relatively not. None of us equal to each other. Each one of us are slightly different from each other. But our ultimate essence is equal. And we all can be that. And that is Buddhahood. So that is by doing our best to use our obvious potential to evolve into not so obvious potential. But primordial divine potential, which we intellectually know, but not obvious. We can't see it, we can't feel it right now, but we know it. I give you again stupid example. This is very good. So you have habit of gambling. Nobody have here. I don't see that here. But you have habit of gambling. So that is your weakness. So you overcome that first. And you have habit of arguing with other people, saying bad words to the others. You overcome that. And you have a habit of being jealous, so you overcome that. And you have habit of being stingy. You overcome that. And you have a habit of being egoistic. You think you're better than others. Then you overcome that. So whatever is there, which you notice that you're a problem, you overcome that. Deal with that. So this way, then gradually, it is like another stupid example. It's like these children's playing a computer game. They have so many bubbles to pop or so many gates to cross. So you're crossing all these obstacles one after another, and then finally you get there. So it is not exactly like that, but somehow the path has so many levels, and each level have its own kind of obstacles that you have to overcome. Otherwise, different path and different levels will have no meaning. So you have to proceed from here to there. And sometimes you will have a big jump, because in previous lives you could have done those things. So that way, some person might take 10 years to progress certain things. You can progress in one day. For example, I used to be, and I still am, telling Tibetan people who used to have lots of problem with this, now not so much, but still it is there, to stop drinking, stop smoking, stop sniffing the tobacco, and which is very bad for cancer. They get cancer, and stop gambling. All these kind of things. I used to tell them to do these things, stop these things, and for some people, just like that, nothing. They say, yes, okay, I stop from today. No more gambling, no more smoking, no more drinking. They never. For some people, they come back after a couple of months, and I have broken my vow. Then I tell them to take it again. Then they will come back after a couple of months, and I've broken again. So it takes like 5, 6, 7 years. But for some people, just like that. Why? Because they have worked on it in their past lives or early part of this life. And some people, they have so much of this karma, so they cannot overcome this karma so easily. So like this. So you work, so certain things it will take long time, certain things it will take a very short time. So each individual will be very different. For some people to overcome jealous will be nothing. You know, for some people to overcome jealous will take them so many years, almost lifetimes. You know, for some people to overcome arguing with other people is fantastic. You know, when you don't argue with other people, you know, you have so much energy. But if you have so much habit of a karma of arguing with other people, then just you can't stop arguing. Everything that somebody says, you find something to disagree, and you like to argue. So like this, you know, it's a different karma, and different weakness as well as different strength. So you have to use your strength to overcome your weakness. And sometimes overcome jealousy, you need a little ego. Saying that when you say, you know, when you're jealous, you feel so insecure, right? Then you say, I don't need this. You know, this is rubbish. I'm better than this. Then you can overcome jealous. You use your ego to overcome jealous. But then later on, then when you have no jealous, then you use something to overcome your ego. First things first, you know. So it is like, it's like going to a hospital. First they cut you and take your disease. So that is the first thing. But then after that, then they fix your wound and they give you an antibiotic and things like that, and then you get healed. So first things first. Yes. Yeah. So I know you know, but you're asking this because you wanted to reach the fruition very quickly. You're practicing for a long time, and you become a little impatient, right? Yeah, I understand, but it doesn't work like that. Yes. So you have to be, if you reach Buddhahood 5% in this life, you should be very happy. Because next life you will reach 10%. Then after that you will reach 20%. Then in 5 or 10 life you will be Buddha. So what more you want? Yes. But if we wanted to be Buddha in this life, then we have to give up everything. There's no time to teach, there's no time to do anything, there's just have to meditate. You know? So it will take maybe 20, 30 years, but become Buddha. Prince Siddhartha, who was ready to be Buddha, ready to reach Buddhahood, took him 6 years to sit on the bank of river Narayana, a rock for a cushion, not a nice foam. No. His cushion was a rock.